Joke Community Founders AMA Live. Oh, at least Twitter's notified me, so that's good. Right, you can crack on now.
Where do we start?
Well, do you want to just give a quick recap to people in case there's people that weren't here last week? I'm sure most were, but just a quick summary of what was discussed with the TCG guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't say anything I shouldn't do. So, as most people know, we've done an agreement with TCG World. We are running the global comedy festival called Roasted in TCG World the whole of August. Obviously, TCG World are one of the major metaverse players. They have announced that Unity are building out their metaverse in vastly more great detail, if that's the right phrase. They're also building out the City for Joke. So Unity are aware of our projects. They're building out a mini city within their world with various venues of different sizes, which is really cool, from small comedy clubs up to arenas, so people can go in and experience different things. We're aiming to have 4 to 5 comedians perform each day with material over the whole month. We have Jessica on as a shareholder from the Frog and Bucket. She's looking into booking loads of comedians. There is a list that's now being compiled by everybody involved in the project. And there is, we've got people in the States, we've got Jessica, we've got Jeff, who used to run the comedy festival in Leicester, which was almost as big, if not as big as the Edinburgh Fringe. So there's a big team of people compiling lists of comedians. We've got some of our team who have been brilliant, looking at all the collective followers of all those. I think it's up to something like 30 million now, Simon, across all the social platforms. That's without all the comedians being booked in. So everything's progressing really well. So yes, the comedians list, the roster is building. We're just sorting out all the contractual sort of cancellation things and things like that in case some of them can't do it. So all that's being worked on as well. So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes being worked on. There's a lot of stuff being worked on by other people at TCG World. We have Derek, our good friend at Keys 2, who's been working with TCG World, and he's developing out the rewards program, the app, along with a physical card that allows people to link all their crypto and NFTs, in particular the NFTs for this project, that will give them gated access to the shows. It will also give some real life rewards. So there's all that being built out as well. So there's lots of people all around the world, hundreds of people at different organisations, all working on this. As you can appreciate, there's a lot going on. I'm actually over at the Frog and Bucket tomorrow because we're doing a bit of a test setup on some camera equipment, looking at how we can run virtual avatars into the metaverse. That is the tech's there. There's still some big things that need sorting out on it, so I'm over there with their tech team having a look at that tomorrow, which is really cool. What else is going on? Probably a shed load more, but I've not written a list today, to be honest, because I've been busy on some other stuff. Have I missed anything, Simon? Don't think so. I've not talked about the token, obviously, at this point. There is a couple of other things going on that we can't yet mention. I'll let Simon talk about one of them a little bit regarding the token, but there is another set of people that we're dealing with that is it's more than significant, but it will bring a load more followers to our project. It will link a lot of other NFTs. It's a really well-known project that's been around a few years, and we are looking to bring it into the Joke brand, the Joke fold, and bring those people in as advisors. So there's a lot of stuff going on there as well. What else? Yes, there's other things behind the scenes I can't talk about that I need to catch up with Jane and Simon and a few other people. But yeah, that I think that's about it where we're at. Like I said, I think what people have to appreciate is, you're talking about a part of somebody's metaverse being built out specifically for us. We're not talking tens of thousands here. We're talking hundreds of thousands to get this project off the ground, both from a TCG perspective, Keys 2 perspective, and Joke perspective, alongside all these other things, with numerous teams around the world, numerous people involved in the comedy. It's a massive, massive undertaking, and certain things are taking a little bit longer. Some things are going really fast, but it's lots of big cogs all moving in the right direction. So starting to fit together. So yeah, it's really good. Like I said, we've had a bank holiday in the UK and the States, so a couple of things a bit delayed, but it's picking back up nicely for this week now, making progress forward. I'm hoping by next Tuesday we'll have two massive announcements that again will have huge significance to the success of the project, potentially even more. So, Simon, do you want to add anything around that?
Well, only that we're working on those two pieces of more than big news. We pull those two off. One is pretty much certain to come off. The other one with that's a negotiation. It's difficult to say what happens or how quickly that happens, but that might be something we're talking about for another week or two. Who knows? We'd like it to obviously happen quickly. So I think hopefully the people that we're talking to may well want to as well. So as always, we don't announce anything unless we're certain it's going to come off, and those two big pieces of news need to sign. Well, there's loads of complicated legal stuff to happen as well. It's not like it's somebody just agreeing on a handshake. This is really complicated and needs to be done properly. So when you find out who it is or who the two parties are, people will go absolutely crazy. So there will be some headless chicken moments with people running around going, oh, I need to go and buy up the last few jungle cats. That's what will happen. So those of you that already have them, well done. I can't see there being many left for anybody after we announce the next two pieces of news. So we shall see. As I say, big meetings, really big meetings. And obviously TCG are working really hard on what they're doing. We're putting the roster together. As Andy says, that'll consist of, well, we're looking at maybe over 200 comedians now over a 30-day period. We've obviously got a lot of work to put all of that together. We are hoping that we're going to get a really big sponsor for the festival. That will fast forward things, because at that stage we can obviously employ some more people to make things happen quickly. Not that there's a rush, and this was the reason why TCG and Unity pushed it back till August. I would have liked to have done it in July, but they wanted to push it to August just to make sure that from a technical perspective, everything was correct. Nobody wants to have a disaster. I'm sure we won't. But they are, they're checking that everything works properly, that it's all built out for us. Those, the beta testers are going in. Andy's over at the Frog and Bucket recording some material tomorrow that's going to go into a different piece of tech that we're hoping to use for parts of the festival. But everybody's getting really excited. There's loads and loads of stuff going on in the background, which we can't even talk about yet. But we're just in that building phase. We just got to build the roster of comedians, and then obviously get the token relaunched at the end of the festival, which is, I know people are keen to see what happens with that. We need to make sure legally that's done correctly as well, because it's going to end up as a much bigger concern than it was previously, because as you all know, the original token was genuinely started as a joke, and now we're moving into realms of hundreds of thousands of people wanting to get their hands on it, which will make a massive difference. Obviously you guys here are VIPs. Those of you that come to the AMAs, you'll be the ones that will hear what's happening. What's happening first. You'll have to take over, Andy. I need a drink.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is, the people who have been involved will be rewarded. You'll get the heads up on what's going on and all those things. So yeah, it's everything's in the workings at the moment, and I think some of the mods and admins who are helping out, they know there's conversations going on behind the scenes, multiple conversations going on with so many different things, It is a very exciting time. I can't wait tomorrow just to get this little test done. That'll be really good. That's then got to go through a few more rounds of testing. It may happen in the festival, it may not. We'll see how things pan out. We're fingers crossed that we'll at least get to test it with 3 or 4 comedians and stream that in as we want to, which would be really cool. But yeah, it's like we said, there's just a lot going on, and I can't wait to release the roster of the comedians who we've got. There's just a lot of conversations going on at the minute with lots of different people, and it's not just Simon and myself. Like I said, there's a lot of other people involved, an awful lot of other people involved, working on each other's behalves, talking to people, communicating, negotiating, and it's all really good. It's exciting. I've talked to a few people. I put posts out on Facebook. I'm sure some people have seen it. There's loads of other kind of things going on, and people have just been really, really, really kind of blown away by what we're trying to do. And with anything that you're trying to do and build that's big, that's different, that's new, it comes with its challenges, but that's part of the fun. And like I said, we've had some great feedback from people on that press release. There'll be more press releases to come. But because it is a bigger team, some of the decision-making processes, it's not just Simon and myself. We do have to involve some of our other key partners just to sense check some of the things, make sure everybody's happy, and that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, it's all good. Have you stopped coughing your guts up yet, Simon?
Yeah, don't eat a packet of crisps before you go on the AMA and not have a drink on your table. That's the that's the lesson.
Brilliant.
Yeah, as you start talking and crisps start working their way into your vocal cords, it's not the best. But
that's not good.
No, look, I know everyone wants great big announcements week in, week out. I don't think we really need to worry about that at the moment, because we know what we're building towards, and it's just about building the momentum up over the next month. And then we get to, obviously, we want to be able to drop the NFTs, which will be the tickets to get into that festival. Alongside those NFTs, they will have the ability to use the app in real life, right, and get a physical card. I did get asked the question, do the Jungle Cat holders get the cards? Unfortunately, that's not possible, because the card comes along with the NFT that gets dropped for the festival itself. So if you do want the physical card and you want the in real life benefits, you'll need to just get one of those NFTs to go along with your Jungle Cat. But I'm sure a lot of you guys will help us out promoting that drop. There is the potential, well, more than the potential, that we're going to be bringing in another project which is already pretty famous, right? A lot more well known than our own project, and their holders will want to come in as well, and their holders are really going to want to get involved in this project because it's very closely related to what they're already doing, so, and have done in the past. So when you see who that is, that's an incredible opportunity for all of us. Just needs to be signed, sealed and delivered, got over the line, and then we can announce it. So we should have, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully for next week's AMA, at least one of those announcements, and then another one to follow, which is potentially even bigger. And at that point, you'll get the list of the comedians, because the list of the comedians is being built this week and agreed this week and next week. Money's on the table from TCG to facilitate that. We're just tying up contractual deals with certain management groups and certain comedians, and I've got comedians approaching me all the time on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and saying they want to get involved. So I'm getting more and more people coming towards me who want to get involved in the festival, purely because a lot of these people want to be able to say that they took part in the world's first Web3 festival, for comedy. So a lot of people should want to get involved. One of the challenges is, with some of the US comedians, it's all about the money first off, right? And they're not necessarily seeing what we see in terms of the benefit of a worldwide audience and being part of something as a world first. And that's the difference where we're seeing in the UK. There's a lot of people just want to get involved, right? And they're going to get paid anyway, but it just seems that there's a lot of layers of management in the US that sort of start off with one guy. His management told us he wanted 25k to perform for an hour, and then subsequent to that we found out he would do it for 5k. So you can sort of see why there's a little bit of reticence to get involved with certain people when you're going to get rinsed for the cost, which we obviously as a project I can't afford to do, and two, won't be doing. So we want to obviously get as much excitement around the festival as we can, but we're not going to necessarily do that with, the names need to be right and the money needs to be right, and we will make sure that happens over the next couple of weeks. Other than that, there's not a great deal we can tell you, because obviously jeopardising any of those deals, if we were to say who we are talking to and it gets back to them, we can't. There's fine points of negotiation going on certain things that mean it's really crucial that we get it right, and in all aspects of the business. And I call it a business because we're really a business now. Like, now that we've got income and we've got we're outlaying a lot of money into the project, but this is building into the perfect storm, and it just needs to come together on that festival, and I'm sure it will. It's just going to take a little bit of time, so at least everybody knows what the roadmap is. You guys just don't know what a couple of the stepping stones are, and they are massive. I was speaking to somebody yesterday and told him the name confidentially of who has approached us, and he went, well, if that happens, that'll bring 1 million people into your project. So it's that big. It's not, it's a very, very well known project. And the other one even more so. So the other one is a global brand, right, in DeFi, and I'll not say any more than that, but they would, so I'm told, be able to then make sure that pretty much everybody in DeFi and crypto sees our project very quickly. So we just got to make sure that the deal is right for us, the deal's right for them. Everybody, I can't see how both sides don't win, Andy. That's...
No, I can't, Simon. I think it's a win-win. I think everybody wins at the moment with what's going on. So it's it's all really good.
So have we got? I know we're in an AMA. Has anybody got any questions? Because this, I do want to encourage people as we go forward to be able to put your hand up or come on stage or talk to us, because otherwise these AMAs will get shorter and shorter, because as we're getting closer and closer we will say we've done X, Y and Z, and we haven't got a lot more to tell you, right? So
we're cracking on. We're cracking on.
We do need the debate, we do need the questions, we need you to put your hands up and get involved and speak to us, and at the end of the day you guys are the people that matter in the project. So I see Jane's come on stage. Are there some questions?
Hey, yeah, there are some questions in the chat, and apologize for the background noise, but I'll start with mine. We had some interest for children to be able to participate in the festival. Is there any chance that there will be a small segment of opportunity for kids to be able to come?
Yeah, that's absolutely one of the things that we do want to promote, and it will be one of the things that as soon as I've agreed these couple of deals, we will be pushing on heavily with the marketing for the festival. One of the things is offering space for kids and younger performers in the festival. I have no idea whether we're going to get one person or hundreds of people come forward. I'm sure, promoted in the correct way, we will get people coming and wanting to participate and get themselves on stage in front of a potential global audience of tens of thousands of people, and give themselves a chance of becoming famous. Why not? But
there is a few other things behind that, Simon, as well, because that guy's back tomorrow that we need to have a catch up with, and he can assist in that part of it. And we also need to talk about the prize around what we might be doing as well for some of the comedian levels. So there is quite a few bits in the background being worked on, Jane. So we will hopefully next week announce some of that stuff and start promoting it as well, because I'm acutely aware we need to promote some of these things, but I don't want to promote something that we've not agreed on. That's one of my challenges at the moment. It'll be like a bus. All of a sudden, there'll be like 1,000 things to promote. But yeah, it's that has been in discussions, and we are talking to people about it.
And I do notice since last week with TCG, they apparently used the chat in the Joke AMA Sessions channel. So now we've got people asking questions over there and in live chat. But if I could ask everyone, just so that it's overseeable for everybody, if you've got a question, please don't type it in the Joke AMA Sessions chat box. Go to the channel right above the AMA channel, the AMA live chat channel, and post your question. And the next one I see is from Danny Man. Do you see that, Simon? So I think you've answered this already, but we do need to buy an NFT in order to access the festival, and that's the Key 2 NFT, correct?
So if you want to access the entirety of that festival, you'll need to buy it will be gated by an NFT. Parts of the festival will be in other metaverses to be disclosed, but the majority of the content will be gated in TCG world by an NFT. Now, the Jungle Cat holders, you don't need to buy that NFT to be in there, because we promised the Jungle Cat holders, and always have done, that you bought those for a reason, and you can view the content for free, right? And we will make sure that happens. But if you want to have the in real life benefits of holding the Key 2 comedy card, you'll need to buy that NFT, and it will be priced somewhere between $50 and $100. I don't know where it sits just yet, but personally, I'll be buying a couple just so I've got them, and I've got them forever, and can say that I've got those tickets, because other benefits will follow. And there's nothing to say that, and this is not an announcement, but there is nothing to say that you don't go on to use those NFTs in other ways within the project. So, that's all I can say on that. I will probably be making it a whitelist, so that if people buy the NFT for the comedy festival, they'll get early access to the new token. But obviously some of the existing pre-holders will get airdropped their allocation anyway, but if they want more token, they'll need to be in that whitelist. So we'll see how all of that pans out. There's so many things that need to be worked out. The least of my worries at the moment is the token.
And just to clarify, the verified plot holders in TCG, so basically between today and tomorrow, by the end of this month, hold a TCG plot of any kind, access the Telegram channel for the verified plot holders. My understanding is all of those people will be getting that T2 card that will allow access to the entire festival. Is that correct?
I'll have to clarify that with David. Yeah, I don't know whether... Have we got any of the TCG team on here? If you want to put your hand up. Maybe... I don't know whether we've got any TCG on.
I don't think we have, Simon.
No.
Anything that's TCG related specific, they need to answer that question. We can't answer on their behalf because it's their project. We can always try and get somebody back on next week to clarify a couple of things if need be.
I think John...
Well, I'll have to clarify that today, because again, it ends tomorrow.
John's here.
But,
John's here, Jane.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm just listening to the question. I can confirm that I can't give an answer right now because I don't know the detail and I don't want to guess. But what I will do is I'll take it away, I'll ask Dave, and then as soon as I know more, I'll message you, Andy, and I've forgotten your name, Simon or Stuart.
Simon.
Gone blank. I'm going to call you OG.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll we've got that chat group. Then we'll have that conversation there. I just want to make sure I've got my facts straight before I guess.
Okay. I'll let you know, Jane, and then we'll stick it into our Discord channel. But yeah, okay. Thanks, John.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers.
Yeah, the way I understood it, John, was that the plot holders would have to they would have to get the NFT to access the content in the festival, but they may well be upgraded to the higher level card for keys, but I don't know. They were still going to get. They still get the plastic card, but they get better. They get more. They get the silver benefits on the card, as I understood it.
Yeah.
So I think
that's the facts I know. But I don't want to confirm about the joke access. As I say, the full access for the entire month or all that kind of stuff, I don't want to confirm that until I know for sure. So, as I say, I'll find out the details and then I'll let you two know and then you can cascade the information.
Cool. Let's not...
Thanks, John.
Let's not make up policy on the fly. Right. Jane,
exactly that.
Any other questions, Jane?
I do just want to let everybody know that I have updated. There's new information about how to join that Telegram channel. It was using Collabland before, but they've moved away from that. They're using a different tool, so the instructions are different. But it's in our official links at the bottom of the that last post. But Simon, if you look at the AMA live chat starting at 12:12 p.m., there's where the questions are coming in.
12:12 p.m. Also quite.
My bad. That would be 5:12 p.m. your time.
Okay. Right. Let me just have a quick look. Will the relaunch of the token be advertised throughout the festival? Yes, absolutely. Do we know what part of TCG World the festival will be in? It's being built specifically for us, so it will be a specific link for us for the joke roasted festival.
Okay, I don't think you're looking at today.
Am I not?
Today
that's because I opened it on the last AMA. Hold on. Today, right? Okay, here we go. Did the list of token holders with IP address holding the token get out yet? I purchased a bunch right before it got shot off, and I have no idea how many I have. Right. So to answer that question, did the list of token holders IP addresses holding the token, not an IP address, wallet address, I think you mean. And yes, we have got the list. It is not public and won't be made public. Is the mint for the cats going to reopen until they sell out? No. Will VIPs get first dibs on the festival NFTs? Wondering if the price of those will be fixed amount or will it be set to increase as popularity rises? It'll be a fixed price, so as popularity rises, the price we're not putting the price up. VIPs may well get the opportunity to get into. We're going to create and it's not named yet, a VIP platinum, whatever it gets called, access for the festival. So I'd say you probably get the first dibs at that. That'll be a limited drop.
Yeah.
TC, I'm confused what NFT we're now talking about. Also, aside from roasted, how's the development of other items being worked on? JJC stuff. The NFT that we're talking about is the ticket to get into the festival. So it is ticketed to get to see the 200 comedians. That's what we'll be selling, and that's what we're pushing through all the influencers and the other projects. How's the development of the other items being worked on, i.e. JJC stuff? Something that we're working on at the moment, yeah. I can't tell you anymore because a lot of it depends on the conversation I have tomorrow. What setup do the comedians need to perform in at Roasted? So ideally they are performing inside a club with an audience and being filmed from multiple aspects. Some of the comedians can provide a video, be that something they've recorded before, or they can do it at home, or they can go into the festival and talk to people in there, right? But ideally we have a video and it's got decent audio on it, but also needs to be ideally filmed in front of an audience.
We did put, Simon, earlier into Discord a form for comedians to fill out.
Yeah.
We'll continue to post that into Discord, but if you look back, it was only this afternoon, probably 3 hours ago, I think it was put in.
Right.
I have a question about that, Simon. So if they're if the recording is going to be streamed of them in a club, presumably with the live sound of laughter in the club, and then people in the metaverse will also, I don't know, are we going to be muting their sound, or how will that environment be set up?
That's a technical constraint that TCG and Unity are working on. So we'll make sure with the tests that it comes out properly. That's all I can say on that. Bridget said, I've been out of the loop for a minute. Since the last Jungle Cats NFTs came out and we got an apartment in the Metaverse, where do I get updated or up to speed on things? Are the first tokens we purchased valid and alive? No, the tokens you purchased are not valid and alive, but if you've got them in your wallet, you will be airdropped some in the new token. Okay? Getting up to speed, just come to the AMAs, because pretty much all the AMAs up until about a month ago are probably mostly out of date, and I'd just turn up for the next couple of weeks, Bridget, and you'll learn a lot more. Hang about on the Discord, ask some questions. That's probably the best way. Danny Man says, I thought that the idea was that viewers should watch for free and even get paid to watch. Now they get to buy an NFT. Does that not exclude a lot of viewers because this is not for everybody? Well, this is going to be a world first. This is going to be a gated. Everybody can come. And we will be running a paid to watch model. We will not have paid to watch ready for the festival. We need, as a project, to raise money to put equipment into clubs and to run the project going forward. So we need to raise funds. That comes from the NFT drop. There's also expenses like 200 comedians costing nearly $200,000. That needs to be covered as well. So to get a proof of concept, we are looking for sponsors, and sponsors will be paying to sponsor our content as we go forward, but this festival has to be gated in order to raise those funds and take the project forward. Sammy says there's a lot to cover. She's replying to Bridget.
Simon, I just wanted to piggyback on that Danny Man's question. So when he says this is not for everybody to buy an NFT, if you would like, I can share the link to the AMA that Simon and Andy did with TCG World and Key2, the sponsor or the company that's creating those NFTs. It's not going to be. It's going to be a custodial wallet. You can also move it to a non-custodial wallet if you want, but people don't need to understand NFTs in order to be able to buy this ticket.
Yep. Aged Wine says, are the VIPs still getting a Jungle Cat airdropped? Yes. Before the festival, yes. Babsy says, I'm getting more active on Twitter. We'll share anything Joke and TCG. Great, that's amazing. We would love to have that happen. In reality, this is what we need people to do, is get involved with the social. And share as much as they can, because one of the stipulations we're making on the comedians is that they're obviously going to be saying that they will be performing at the Roasted Festival and they'll be in TCG World, and that's one of the key things, is to get as much social traction as we can across all of the different platforms. So if you're sat with a Jungle Cat and you want to see it make money, please get on with, you know, helping the project. Just this last push, this last bit through the festival, we as a community, we should all be thinking this is our opportunity. When you see what we've got coming next, and even John's not aware of what we're talking about at the moment, there's two massive discussions going on at the moment. When that comes to fruition, all of the people that hold Jungle Cats are going to be very, very happy. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, John, did you want to say something else as you come back on stage?
I've got an answer to that question.
Oh, cool.
Regarding if you're in the verified plot owners group, you get the silver card, which is related to Key 2. But the only tie-in is that Key 2 are, looking after that technology as to how the NFT works. Sadly, the silver card doesn't include access, so you'll need to separately get a ticket, which is what you mentioned earlier, that everyone needs to pay for the ticket.
Yeah, cool. No, we understood. Yeah, I think I understood that correctly, but
it's the question was whether that being in the verified plot owners group gets you free access to the festival. Sadly, it does not.
No, but obviously we want to see people supporting and buying that NFT, right? Because there's going to be other benefits. Not that we're going to jump the gun and announce anything on an AMA today, but there will be other benefits to owning that NFT. Right,
yeah, definitely. I'll be getting one or two as well. I'll be making sure family and friends know about it, and I'll get a couple of tickets just in case, because I don't want to sit by myself in the house. And we've got multiple devices, so we'll be in different rooms, all laughing together.
Cool. Yeah, look, let's. I know we're coming up to 1:45 of the hour, right? If anyone else has got a question, let me know. I've got another meeting that I've got to do at the top of the hour, so I just, just be interested if anybody's got any other questions, because I want to make sure I cover them all. Antoine's here. Is he rustling?
He isn't. He's been good.
Should we give him his intro music? Come on, Antoine. What do you want to talk about? You want to ask me a question? He's on silent still. Come on, Antoine. That's a song, that. No. He's AFK, but he's come on stage anyway. Anybody else wants to ask us anything, please turn up at these AMAs and ask the questions. We will answer all the questions. Hopefully you can see I haven't skipped over any of them, and we won't do, because that's what we're here for, and we want to be as transparent and honest with our community as possible. Antoine's come off silent now, so maybe he can talk to us.
How you doing? What's going on?
My people.
Yeah, my phone was doing a little trip, and I was in a bad little area. How y'all doing? I'm on my way out of town for my wife's daughter's about to have her baby.
Oh, what? You're going to be a granddaddy, are you?
I'm already one. She got 3 other grandchildren.
Oh wow! Congratulations. I hope everything goes to plan.
Yeah, I hope it does too. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, good. Give her our best wishes. So, yeah, look, we're ready. I don't know whether you heard much of the start.
No, I was in the store, but I got on now. So what's going on?
Just look, we've got a couple of really big deals, bigger than what we've negotiated so far. I'm sure TCG wouldn't say it's bigger than them. It's probably equally as big. We've got 2 really big announcements we're working on for the next couple of weeks. We're putting together the list of the comedians. That will be finalised in the next 10 days, and then it will be all systems go promoting the festival. So we're just going to need a really big push, but that's coming. It's already lined up, and the things that we've got in. There goes his rustling. It's impossible to get away from it, isn't it? What are you doing, Antoine? What are you doing? You putting your keys in your pocket, man, or something?
No, I wasn't doing nothing. Maybe it's the air. My bad. I'm sorry.
At least you live up to your reputation.
But I haven't did that. I haven't did that in about 5 months. Don't do that, Simon.
Yeah, cool. Look.
So I know we still have some questions coming in about the Jungle Cat holders and the new NFT. I'm thinking it's probably good for us to do like an FAQ, related to the different NFTs and who needs to do what, to get what. But so previously, I believe last week you were talking about the paid to watch model and the NFT, the Jungle Cat NFT holders getting a portion of that income, but you're saying now that will not happen at the festival. Is that correct?
So the festival, no, but subsequent to the festival, all events that we run in every metaverse, the Jungle Cat holders receive a portion of the income, yeah.
Okay.
To be decided, right? So we haven't announced what those proportions are, how the mechanics work, how the NFT, the Jungle Cat NFT works with the other NFT and the token. All of that ecosystem is being built. The partner that potential partner that I'm talking to tomorrow will have a lot of input into that, and their devs. So will Derek as well. There's loads of moving parts, as you can probably appreciate.
Sorry, who's Derek?
Derek runs the Keys 2 project, so
yes, okay.
It's his project that produces that wallet.
Okay, and so Walter's question, I believe you've said that anybody who wants to experience the 100% full month-long metaverse experience in TCG World of this festival will need to buy the NFT ticket, right? But the JJC will be able to access that content in other ways. Is that correct?
That's how I envisage it. It's again I need to speak to the devs, so I can't answer the question in 100%. I'm not going to say 100% yes to anything just because the devs may say you can't do that, or I say something and they say, oh, that's going to cost you 20 grand to do that, and you've already promised it. So I just need to make sure what I can and can't do. If you want, as it stands, if you want to access the entirety of the festival, you need to hold that new NFT. And I'm not going to make any other assumptions or promises around the JJC ones. I think people heard me say that yes, JJC holders will be able to access at least a portion of it. But if you're a Jungle Cat holder, the main interest you should have is what we're doing after the festival, i.e. ongoing events that will be sponsored by brands, and that's where the income comes from. So at that point we try to move quickly as possible to the paid to watch model, and as the paid to watch model kicks in, the Jungle Cat holders get a portion of that income. So that's where you're getting rewarded for holding the cat.
Okay, just I'm going to do like I said, a little FAQ. Understanding is evolving. Nothing's in stone yet, but we've got the JJC, the Jungle Cat NFT. We've got the Key 2 NFT, which is something separate. Key 2 is also providing the roasted NFT, right?
No. So the key to when I say the Key 2 NFT, that is the roasted NFT.
Okay, but you just said that it wouldn't include, or John said that it would not include access to the festival.
Right. So now you're confusing it. Let's be clear. Roasted will require you to have an NFT to attend it. That NFT is being dropped on the Key 2 wallet. So it is our roasted NFT on the Key. So I have called it in, and it's not named this yet. As you can see how complicated this is getting in the background, the Keys 2 comedy. So that makes it hopefully clear that it's a Keys 2 NFT on the Key2 wallet, and it's related to the Roasted Festival. So that is your access pass into real life comedy events and backstage, etc., etc. But if you're a verified plot holder, you may get a Key2 NFT, which is nothing to do with the Roasted Festival, so doesn't get you into watch the comedy, but you can have a separate Key2 NFT, which is nothing to do with this project. So hopefully that clarifies it.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. So the Key2 Silver is what's tied to the TCG plot, and let me just write this down so that I can reference it in the future. What are you calling the NFT tentatively?
Well, tentatively Keys to Comedy, but
Okay.
it's more likely to be roasted. You know, it's going to have something around the roasted brand.
All right. So yeah, so generically we'll call it the Roasted NFT, but whatever it ends up being called,
Yeah.
Which is on the Key2 wallet.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's a good job you clarified that, because I think John wants to clarify as well. Let's have him back on, John.
Yeah, it's the context that you're hearing it from. The way I understand it is Key2 is pretty much the technology for carrying the NFT. It's not, you know what I mean? The NFT is Joke. Joke is providing it, but it's doing it on the platform that is Key2. That's how I see it.
Yeah, so
And is that being a better way of saying it? It's, as I say, they're providing kind of the technology to carry that NFT.
For the festival, yes.
For the festival, yes, for the festival. But as part of the TCG angle is, as part of owning a plot, you will get a silver card provided by Key2, obviously knowledge of how to download the app, etc., etc. But when it comes to the Roasted Festival, you will need to purchase a ticket. Just by having the Key2 app or the Key2 technology doesn't mean that you have access. You need to get that NFT, which is purchasable via Joke. That's how I see it.
And John, thank you. One more thing while I have you. If I remember correctly from the AMA, Derek said that that silver Key2 NFT it would not come with a physical card.
Well, first of all, it's a silver privilege card, but that can be a digital thing or a physical card. And as far as I'm aware, we will be dropping the physical card, which you don't need to carry the physical card. You can just have it as something that you carry in the Key2 app. So the way I look at it is, it's like a train ticket nowadays, where you get a digital train ticket as well as a hard copy if you want a hard copy. So it's both versions essentially, covering both angles. But again, the Key2 silver card does not include access to the Roasted festival.
Thank you.
But the plot owners get the silver benefits, so
Yeah. Plus, I mean, we said on the AMA it's silver plus because it's a few more extra things which we haven't said what the details are, but it's between silver and gold in privileges. They were saying.
Yeah, and when
it's extra privileges on top of the standard silver.
And when people see the benefits that come with the Key2 card, the gold card, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that are going to want to pay the additional to get the gold card, but that's a whole nother thing. So people will see all of this come out and roll out over the next few weeks. So there's no need to rush, panic. There's nothing you can even buy at the moment.
Exactly. And as soon as we've got the details sorted out, then it'll be a lot more clear because we'll get it all written down. Right now, we're all remembering about 20 elements to something. So
we'll do a flow chart for TCG landowners, what they get, and we'll do a flow chart for JJC and what they get. And just please bear in mind, the Key2 is basically like having a wallet on your phone that all these things can go into. So that's how you need to see it. But we will clarify it, and we will put a diagram out there. Just bear with us, because there is a lot going on again behind the scenes with all of this. But it will be clarified.
And there's going to be even more. there'll be even more questions raised as soon as we announce what hopefully I get to announce in the next week. If I don't get to announce it next week, it'll be the week after, but there will be some amazing questions that people will be like, really? Oh, okay, so if I get the keys to comedy or the roasted keys or whatever we end up calling it, I get X, Y, and Z as well, right? So we are going to roll in more and more things into that NFT. So don't think of it just as a ticket to the festival. Think of it, there's going to be some amazing stuff thrown at those people, right? So just bear with us. Let us put the deal together and make sure everybody's clear on what it is. And once it's fully announced and rolling, I'm sure we can build some massive momentum behind people wanting it. Right,
and people will see that it's great value, really good value. Okay.
Cool. So we're coming towards the top of the hour. Is there any more questions? Let me just check. I don't think there is. Bridget says, Simon, what about the first joke tokens? Can we leave that to another AMA? Because that can turn into a whole question on its own right. If you've got original joke tokens, you will be getting an airdrop out of the new joke token, okay? So just rest assured that will happen. I'm not going into discussing the ins and outs of that right now because we'll be here for ages. Right, my question is in respect to the access to the festival, because in the past I've been told the cats act as golden tickets. That's why I'm wondering if I need to get an NFT or whether I can just watch it. You will be able to watch elements of it, Walter. I'm having to negotiate the way that happens, and I can't give a definitive answer just because of the technology at the moment. So I know it's probably not what you exactly want to hear, but you will hear the answer to that over the next few weeks. So just bear with us on that.
It will be a case of where people miss out because the information's not been released. It's been released too late that people didn't have a chance to know what to buy and what not to buy, because I can see the logic that you don't want to buy something if you don't need it because you've already got access via something else.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate what everyone's saying on this AMA, the information will be released in good time. We've got until August. I mean, seriously, it'll be released well in advance of that, so everyone will know what to do, and everyone will know where they stand with everything. So don't worry.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about token. Let's talk about the access to the festival, and that's what's important at the moment through the NFTs.
Yeah.
And making sure we get everybody positioned correctly with the right, set of steps that they need to take, and so that you guys can help other people when we get a massive influx of people, and we will do. When they come in, I want everybody in here be able to say you do this, this, and this. Easy, job done, right? So people can get orientated by you guys, not just by us. So one of the questions is, will the joke token launch before Roasted? The answer is no. It will be just after the festival, all being well. So I'm not announcing a date for that because we don't have the schedule for the festival just yet. It is anticipated to be 1st to 31st of August. I have a date in mind for the launch of the token, and as always, I'm not announcing it until I'm certain. So we'll skip that one for now. Other than that, I can't see any other questions. Jane, is there anyone else want to put their hand up and ask, or come on stage, or talk about anything? Otherwise,
bear in mind, Simon, you have to have a hard stop at 6.
Oh right, yeah, I've got 3 minutes left. Sorry.
Just like
yeah, look, let's wrap this one up for this week. We do, as always, appreciate everybody coming. It really is, we see these people coming week in, week out. There's a couple of new names that I don't necessarily recognise. Every week we are here this same time. If you do need to contact us, just send us a DM, because we will not DM you first. Be very, very suspicious of anybody pretending to be me, Andy, or any of the admins or mods or anyone in the VIPs even from our project, right? Do not follow any links that are not in the official links section. Do not connect your wallet to anything that anything that looks too good to be true. It always is in crypto, right? Be careful.
Yeah. If anyone messages you first, if anyone starts a conversation with you first in DM, ignore them. You need to go to them. They shouldn't be coming to you.
Yeah. So find the official people in the project. we're here every week, right? So you can click on my profile while I'm speaking. That's the way to do it, right? And message me that way. But please don't. And when this happens, not as, when, and when this happens and what is about to happens, that I expect there'll be 20 fake OG jokes, right?
Yeah.
There'll be loads of them flying around. So just make sure you tell people, be careful, because when all of this kicks off, there's going to be a lot of people trying to scam people, and it's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But those of you that turn up to the AMAs, and those of you that have been with us for so long, you all know, don't accept a DM or a friend request from somebody who you don't know who it is, right? If I will never DM you first, right? Unless I've texted you and you know me, right? It's not happening. So I always say to people, you need to friend request me, then you need to DM me, and then I will reply, and it comes from my official profile, right? And the same goes for Telegram or any other of our socials. Be very careful, please, because I don't want to hear stories like last time the token was out and people were getting ripped off because they were following links to, oh, you've won XYZ, or OG Joke says here's the link to buy X, this token. Don't do it, please. Just be careful, all right? I can't stress it enough. I've got to go because it's the top of the hour, and say thank you to you all.
I just want to say on that note, John, I just sent you a friend request. That's me.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so look, let's do this. We are so close to something. It's already amazing. It's going to be ridiculous, right? And it will be roasted. So we will see you soon, and I'll speak to you all next week. See you later, guys.
Cheers, folks. Take care.
So,
Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
bye-bye.